Mike, thank you. We appreciate it. And good morning, afternoon, everyone. Welcome to ESPN's coverage of this Little League World Series. It's presented by T-Mobile. And this is arguably one of the best days of the summer for those of us that get a chance to cover the Little League World Series. We have the Little League World Series, 4 games, 2 on our field, including this one between Rhode Island and Media, Pennsylvania. And that is a decided home field advantage for the Pennsylvania kids. Huge crowds are on hand. And as you heard the starting lineups and the rosters and teams announced, it was decidedly louder when the kids from Pennsylvania heard their names. Meantime, because of the Little League games early starts, we are eyes on the airport here in Williamsport. About an hour and 20 minutes. The presidents are all ready to go. Washington, Jefferson, Lincoln, Roosevelt, mascots to welcome the Washington Nationals, expected to land in about 10-15 minutes. Pepper Pursley is over there. She's talking with Abe. There's Tim. Boy, if anything's going to give Tim a complex, it's standing next to giant presidents. Either way, he's excited. We are too. What a day, and what a day to welcome our Sunday night crew to the Little League World Series. David Cohn making his first appearance, and of course, Eduardo Perez. It is arguably the greatest day that we have during the regular season, right? Would you say that?
Absolutely. I mean, this is where the major leaguers come in here and all of a sudden see the kid in them, and it's back to just playing the game, not working the game, and it's a sight to be seen the first time their eyes lay onto these fields.
It is remarkable. I mean, this is a Norman Rockwell painting I'm looking at right here. Just phenomenal. The kids are fired up. The parents are fired up. The fans have turned out. Just a remarkable scene here.
Yeah, and you're around the Yankees all season long. And you know, when you're struggling, what it's like to play in Major League parks with expectations. You come here, open arms. We don't care what you've done. We don't care what your record is. For the Phillies and Nationals, you guys are heroes. We'll take a look at the starting lineup now as we get set for this elimination game, and it is the team from Smithfield, Rhode Island. Of course, Rhode Island has had a great deal of success. Our buddy David Belisle, his Cumberland, Rhode Island team, and this year it's from Smithfield with Connor Queenan getting the start. Brady McShane's going to be their pitcher. Race is not available, but this is a team that feels like it's peaking. They know they're dealing with the ace on the other side, and a crowd that is heavily in favor of the team in blue.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you look at the Rhode Island team, one thing that they will do is they'll put the ball in play. And it all starts with Connor Queenan, who is probably one of the best bunters in all of Little League. He is right here, and he's leading off this show today.
So they're in at third base, Patrick Diedrich. And the first pitch of the game at Lomity today is swung on. It's going to get to the shortstop, and Gratton is not going to be able to get him. So a swinging bunt will work for Connor Queenan.
And it works because the third baseman has to play in. And once he has to play in, the ball gets by him. And for that play to be made at short, Nolan Gratton just did not have an opportunity to throw out the speedy Queenan.
Now, Coney, here's the biggest hitter on the team from Smithfield, and the best pitcher, Connor Curtis. Outfield goes way back. That's way outside, and that's going to allow Queenan to head down to second base, who stumbles over the bag and then recovers. It's a big bag out there this morning. A little early.
No harm, no foul. It's okay.
Are those the big league bags? I don't know, for the fans that are first time tuning in to Rhode Island, it's a lot of power right here from Connor Curtis. He has power the opposite field. You pitch him away, you better execute well because he understands the hitting process well.
In there for a strike on a good pitch. Crowley will throw that velocity. He will spin some pitches up there as well. Outstanding all the way through this tournament, and the man they rely on. This is your power against power in this game, and there's a late swing and a foul. 1-2.
That's really interesting. The team from New York in the regionals that played Rhode Island and ended up losing to them. Connor Curtis was pitched inside for the first time during that regional. And it looks like a lot of teams have taken note. You have to execute well because if those hands get extended, finds barrel, he is powerful.
1-2, off speed, got him. Boy, how's that?
Well, how about this execution on the backdoor slider? Some big leaguers right. would be very impressed. Almost unhittable.
Asked a lot of the guys about this idea. You can get it to break that much in that short a distance. What's that, all spin?
Definitely spin, arm action, release point.
Time.
And you get a feel for what Austin Crowley has got in store today. Infield single, runner advanced, he's at second, and the first pitch here to Braden Castellone, the third baseman, misses 1-0.
You know, Crowley, a real presence on the mound. He's almost striding off of the mound. He's so big out there.
And this one is going to get down into right field. Queenan at third. He's waved in. Gets away from Nunez. And holding at second base is Castellone. Really, really good start for Rhode Island. They're up 1-0 on a Castellone RBI.
This team's been together for quite some time, and Castellone is actually the newcomer to the Rhode Island team. And one thing that he has done is protect Connor Curtis really well and hit the ball the opposite field. And you see right there the execution of being able to do it. Nunez in right field struggling to come up with it.
And a huge blow for Rhode Island against the ace. Strike one to the number 4 hitter, Brady McShane, and he will be pitching today for Smithfield. Looks like out there at second base, Castellone's kind of walking off, maybe an ankle issue. That's going to cause the athletic trainer to run out there. I didn't see if it was rounding first or heading into second, that maybe he rolled it or did something to it. And look, you can see that airplane touching down, started in D.C., and here it is in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. The Washington Nationals are just about set to be on the ground. And 8 hours from now, be enjoying a baseball game with the Philadelphia Phillies. The Nationals have been much, much better lately. They have scored a lot more runs, given up some homers, hit some homers, and talk about a rebuild. They are starting to start the climb. He'll be over here in just a little bit. That pitch way inside, and that's going to allow the effort to get to third, and he slides in and hooks that right foot to the bag. Braden Castellone, that ankle is okay.
That's next level stuff right there. First of all, the ankle, check. Okay, great read. Also when the ball gets away, but look at the slide. Goes around the tag to be able to get the back part of the bag. Nicely done by Castellone.
Next one to McShane, swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and Crowley's got to bear down here.
Throw your hands in the baseball, B, come on.
Really interesting right now. Infield is back. Just shows the trust they have in scoring runs. With 1 out, we've seen during this Little League World Series a lot of infields playing in aggressively. Yet the team from Media, Pennsylvania, they're trusting their offense.
2-2 to McShane. Castellone is down there at third. Perfect pitch on the corner. He's gone. Second strikeout of the inning. Joining Nathan Selesky behind the plate. You're a sportsman. Grandfather Don Selesky, the big bird from the Philadelphia Flyers Stanley Cup years with McLeach and Bobby Clark, Schultz.
Broad Street Bullies?
The Bullies. Mason Dion, the shortstop, next up, and that is a foul ball.
Castellone at third base has to be on the lookout for anything thrown into dirt. A lot of pressure right now for Selesky behind the plate to be able to make sure that ball does not get by him.
Ball.
1 ball, 1 strike. Striking first, Rhode Island. Connor Queenan with a single. He was then knocked in by Castellone. Really good pitch on the corner. Tony, he is nibbling and he's getting that calls.
Well, he's tough, but you have to appreciate the approach against him. A lot of short swings, contact oriented.
1-2.
Ball.
Tell you what, having scored in that first inning, that takes the crowd a little bit out of it, right?
A little bit.
As this place is absolutely packed and people continue to come on in.
2-2, right back at him, off his glove. He's got time, and he will flip with the glove. What a play! Austin Crowley. We'll see if they want to review it, because the base runner Dion is saying, I beat it. Let's take a look, and ooh, that foot may have got down. Tough decision here for the pitcher, Coney. Can you get it to your hand and throw it quicker, or you go with the glove?
It's all instinct at that point,
Yep.
in the moment.
Tell you what, nice hustle right there.
Great hustle, and this is a run if he is able to beat it out.
It's a big deal, and you know, and seeing the replay, Crowley did a nice job. He got it there with the glove shift there, and it's got a chance to be overturned.
And if it is, it's going to be 2-0 in favor of Rhode Island. Another one of you point is well taken. Instinct tells you Crowley, as a tall pitcher anyway, that ball, I got to go try to get it. Fielded it cleanly, it's a different story. The original call was safe. It certainly looks like there is a lot of evidence that would say, nope, he was safe at first. And if that's the case, give Dion a whole bunch of credit for hustling his butt off down there to first.
The value of contact, right?
100% safe. 2-0 Rhode Island. Dion beats it out. He'll pick up an RBI.
That's a huge run right there.
Well, you take a team that was already on the bench, starting to get the bats ready. Come on back out, boys.
And as deflating as it is also for the fan base, the crowds you hear right there, those are the parents. The rest of the fans, they're like, we can't wait to see PA come right back up. We're going to have to wait a while, though.
Well, the other thing it does, too, mean with 17 pitches, it just means more pitches for Austin Crowley. And, of course, pitch count is so critical at the Little League World Series. You hear him say, let's go, Gavin. This is Gavin Gibbrey. He is the son of the coach. Big swing at the first one. That wasn't your short swing.
He took a shot right there early in the count.
Dad right now in the third base coaching box, letting him know, look, you're stepping out. Stride towards the pitcher.
Gibbrey gone, and that will be 3 extra pitches, and that will do it. Rhode Island, though, strikes first. Yesterday we saw a whole bunch of offense on this field. We expect to see the same again. What we didn't see yesterday were current Major League players. The Washington Nationals have arrived. The Little League Baseball World Series on ESPN is presented by T-Mobile, America's largest and fastest 5G network. Now, Williamsport embraces this event like none other, and give a lot of credit to Major League Baseball, the Players Association, Rob Manfred and company for getting behind the idea to bring major leaguers to the Little League World Series. And it is working. They have certainly released a couple of studies recently that show the average age for Major League Baseball fans is going down. Time spent watching games going up. Attendance going up. And their whole goal is to appeal to a younger audience. And this is a major, major step in that effort. And it's paying off. Media PA will take to the batting order. And it is a 2-0 hole they're in. Selesky is the catcher. Crowley and Grattan, terrific hitters. Skowronek is the cleanup guy, and he's the one that hit that walk-off in the regional final game. Extra innings, 2-run home run. That's how they got here. Domenico Nunez, Musig, Helberg, Diedrich, Carroll, and Charles Hahn. 11 men. Have you picked up on the continuous batting order? Everybody bats.
Yeah, now that you mentioned that, I know you had talked about that before. Whole different situation here.
Sure is.
And that puts a lot of pressure on the top of the order to be able to score early and often, and that's why it was important for Rhode Island to score 2, and now we'll find out and see what media PA does in the top half of the first inning. They're deeper, they have a longer lineup. They've shown it throughout the regionals and here in this Little League World Series.
As much success as the state of Rhode Island has had, California's got the most appearances by any U.S. state. Pennsylvania is second, 36. 3 straight years they've been here, and they had a 10-year stretch from 47 to 56 where they did the same thing. Media had come in 7-0. They'd outscored their opponent 68-12. And after losing a game, bouncing back, and now they get a win today to stay alive. Strike one from the pitcher, Brady McShane. Zaleski pulls it down the line, and it's foul. Yesterday's game, Zaleski behind the plate took a foul ball. You have that huge catcher's gear on, and of course, it dings you right in the place where there's no catcher gear, right on that left hip bone. He was down for a while, literally right before we spoke with Donnie Zaleski, who knows a little bit about pain as a former hockey player. That's strike 3, and he bounced right back. Catchers have that in him, and that's the first strikeout for McShane. Why is it that all these pads, every time you wear them, it hits you where the pads aren't?
What do they call it? The tools of ignorance, right?
There's another one of those backdoor breaking balls on the inside hip. And here's a good hitter in Austin Crowley. Watch it. Tony, everybody at this age, of course, a little different when it comes to size. Crowley is 5'9", 135.
The mound's almost not big enough for him.
Good pitch, 1 ball, 1 strike. Last year, for instance, Austin Crowley came here as a fan because he's from Pennsylvania. He was 5'5". He grew 4 inches since last year's Little League World Series.
Just a bit outside there. Interesting delivery from this angle, right? Where we see McShane just actually striding more towards the first base side, and he's already on the left side of the rubber. As a hitter, it almost appears as the ball's coming towards you like a left-handed pitcher. Let's take a look from the ump cam.
Swing and a miss. Umcam showed an off-speed pitch, and he has struck out the first 2.
Sometimes the speed's more important than the break.
All the president's men waiting there to see the Washington Nationals come off that big Delta bird, and they got a big greetings from not only the presidents but the Little Leaguers as well. And that first pitch sails behind the 3-hitter Nolan Gratton. He's the shortstop. What were you like as a pitcher at 12?
Oh man, tempered tantrums galore. That's the best part about Little League in this whole situation to me, is learning those lessons. Sportsmanship, how to deal with failure, how to deal with your emotions.
Ball. That's too far.
How about the frame job on that one? Trying to sell it behind the plate.
A little drop down action too.
Really good pitch. He's working both sides of the plate, and he's changing speeds. Brady McShane struck out Zaleski, struck out Crowley. Ooh, and Gratton just stays alive.
Connor Queenan behind the plate during the regionals injured his thumb to the point that he couldn't catch 1 inning, and it actually ended up stayed in there and executed every pitch and framed every pitch perfectly.
Let me see it. Let me see it. Let me see it.
I don't know what you're doing, Coney, but Nolan Gratton likes to eat Wawa soft pretzels and drink Snapple iced tea. Kind of a pregame meal if you can get into it. Eduardo went chicken tendies this morning. Swing and a miss. He punches out the side. Rhode Island scores 2 and then shuts down the team from Media in the first inning. We're back. That is the Williamsport Regional Airport. Washington Nationals soon to come down those stairs. They have split the first 2 games with the Philadelphia Phillies. Big day yesterday. Trey Turner, 2 home runs, same inning, same pitcher. And they will move from the airport to our complex here. And then after that, we'll head over to the historic ballpark at Bowman Field, Muncie Bank Ballpark. A huge, huge day and night of games. And of course, 1 o'clock Eastern, Mexico and Canada. Fargo, North Dakota, Henderson, Nevada. Well, Henderson put on an offensive show yesterday. A little nervous in game 1. They exploded yesterday for double digits. And then the Little League Classic, Philadelphia, Zach Wheeler on the mound against the Washington Nationals. The Phillies begin the day with a 3-game lead in the wild card race over the San Francisco Giants. And there's a whole bunch of red and white here in Williamsport today. 4th time that the Little League World Series at Rhode Island has got the leadoff hitter on. They scored all 4 of those innings. See if that happens here with Cameron Charlemagne. He's number 7 in their batting order with a 2-0 lead. You know, Kone, at the major league level, we call that easy gas. I mean, he's got a real good delivery and real smooth execution, doesn't he, on the fastball?
Yeah, his mechanics are excellent. Rhythm and pacing. When the foot lands, the arm's in the right spot. So he's been schooled very well.
Is that one thing you look for?
Absolutely. The rhythm and the timing, the break of the hands, getting the ball out and up in the throwing position by the time your land leg or your land foot hits. It's a big deal, and not only in mechanics and control, but also in arm health. A lot of the medical data has shown us that if your arm is up in the throwing position by the time you land, it takes a lot of pressure off your elbow.
The 0-2 to Charlemagne. That's a little high. Here come the Washington Nationals, of course, led by their manager, Davey Martinez. DJ Abrams, Tom Smith, that's fouled off at the plate. And Thomas having a huge year. Looks like the kids from Needville, Texas, and Australia there to greet them. And they're in for something, if they haven't been here yet, that they'll remember the rest of their lives. Trevor Williams, of course, on the mound tonight for the Nats.
Ball.
That's a little high.
Up and out.
And in the middle of a long, arduous regular season, in a lot of ways, it's a wonderful break, regardless of where you are in the standings, for both the Nats and the Phillies. Another one just a little bit high.
3-2.
It really is, and when we meet up with the players later on during the year, first thing they say is, wow, what an experience.
Yeah.
Going to Williamsport and being able to change it up and playing such a small but yet energetic and young crowd.
It's a great point, Carl, because we tend to get in our own little bubbles in a major league life.
Sure.
Perspective change that this brings.
3-2 on the 28th pitch, strike 3. He's got 4 strikeouts. Yeah, I think it's so important, and really, it's regardless of the season you're having. Philadelphia is in a big, big race here. A little fresh air, you know, it kind of grounds you a little bit when you see, like, oh, that's right. I remember why I played this game, and the adoration from the kids and the way they look up to you is so refreshing, given some of the noise that the professional athlete deals with all the time. Franco Lima swung at the first one. It was on the ground, and it is right over the bag and a fair ball, and that'll teach you a lesson. Trevor Skoranek stayed with it. That was foul off the bat, and it came right back into fair territory. It's time to meet Austin Crowley. It's brought to you by Dollar Car Rental. The big kid on the mound. Wonderful to see. His favorite athlete is his dad. We're going to dial up some SpongeBob SquarePants. Front flip on a trampoline. On his way to a backflip, I'm sure. Bryce Aglione waits. Gets a good bunt down. Who's going to get it? Third baseman, no chance.
Good bunt, get on the base, let's go!
That's right. It was a good bunt. It was perfect.
Yeah, beautifully placed, and this is one thing that the Rhode Island team does really well. They continue to execute those bunts, put the pressure on the defense. If you're going to play there almost even with the bag, they have the ability to deaden the ball, able to get it down. Even with the bad angle a little bit facing down, he's able to get that base hit.
How many questions do you think?
I can do as many as they
I'll start on a 2-shot.
There's a whole bunch of conversation going on. That's the coaches.
I have like
Texas
7
talking
questions.
things over with some of the Washington Nationals. we make a big deal out of the kids. The adults are kind of into this as well. I guess the question is whether this ball hit Aglione. It's not even close.
Well, he was in the box. Stayed in there, did not hit him at all.
I mean, I'm thinking if you go out there and draw a small circle of where you want the ball to end up on a bunt, he probably is in the bullseye.
Really, like you rolled it with your hands, right?
Thing is, he even showed bunt the previous pitch. There's nothing you can do with that. It's such a big part of their game. Yeah, beautifully placed.
So down there at first, he gets a big high five and a handshake. It's been confirmed what you just did that we thought was perfect. It was in fact perfect. Gavin Carteret now next up. He's one of the extra hitters in this Rhode Island batting order. He squared to bunt. It gets by and contact, get on base, move him around. He's at second now.
I think it's also interesting that both teams, because of this continuous lineup, have 11 players. We see a lot of teams have 13 to 14. This will get their big hitters back.
They're going to steal third. That was beautiful. The shortstop Gratton didn't get over to cover when Diedrich came in to field what would have been a bunt. You pull back and you take third. Now a pass ball gets you another run.
That was well executed there. Really good coaching.
That's in there for a strike, so it's 2 balls and a strike. Let's see if all that perfect bunt, advancing, executing on a fake bunt, if you will, and now a chance for another run. Not there. Good pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Carteret is able to get one on the ground slowly to the left side. He's going to beat it out, and they will have a run.
Ball.
That's, I think, only 3. Hold on, my friend.
Sell it.
We only
Sell
got
it.
3.
Oh, man, try to sell it.
Now we got action down here. We got action at the airport. There's a look of a kind of amazement, like all these people are here for us. How is it going to be when we get there? Right down Broadway for a strikeout. 5th of the game for Austin Crowley. Pretty soon, Joey Meneses and the rest of them will be here to watch. These kids are aware of it. It's 2-zip, bottom 2 coming up, and we got another plane. The Phillies about to land. 22 trade deadline, and the Phillies have touched down here as well. A couple of those players, including Schwarber, have been here before. Been a lot written about Nick Castellanos and his great relationship with his son. What an opportunity it is for him. And pretty soon they'll get on the bus. Conversations will continue. We had a dance party breakout a few years ago. Rhys Hoskins got into it. The day just beginning as we begin the bottom of the second. And man, McShane has been outstanding with his off-speed pitch. He gets ahead of The home run hitter in the regional, the hero Trevor Skowronek. Not seeing it, shaking his head like, nope.
Yeah, got some deception in that delivery, right? The lower half's going one way, his arm's going the other way.
Ball.
What about the arm angle? You were a Laredo guy. What about his arm angle?
No, it looks like, yeah, I mean, the more he flies open, the more his arm drops a little bit.
Woo. How about 4 strikeouts to start the game for Brady McShane?
Just straight deception. You can see the spin coming out of his hand, and he just can't wait. Way out in front of that pitch. Kind of see him jump with his lower half, as I said before, kind of flying open with the lower half, and then the arm drops, and then he spins it, and it just never gets there.
Starts him off for the breaking pitch. I had a conversation with Dave Swanson, who of course is one of our pitching experts on our staff and was a member of the Met staff for a little while, the Met organization, I should say. We got into that age-old debate about kids that age throwing breaking pitches. He says the thinking has changed a little bit on it.
It has, actually. I think medical data has taught us that the most taxing pitch on an arm is a fastball.
Right.
With the extension and trying to throw it hard.
There you go.
So if you're taught the right way, it actually imparts a little less on your arm.
I agree completely. I think if you teach the proper way to spin a baseball, it's a good thing for a young kid to learn, as opposed to waiting till you're older and then trying to snap it.
Another strikeout. He is 5 for 5.
Not only is he 5 for 5, but it's 4 of them swinging, 1 looking. 3 of the 5 have been on curveballs. This one, the fastball, up in the zone. Talk about understanding how to change eye levels and going through the same release point. Kid's doing it on the mound right now.
He's doing it rather efficiently with only 24 pitches thrown. Christian Nunez, he's starting everybody off too with a strike. He's really helping.
Ball.
5 innings in the regional. McShane, he struck out 6. He also walked 3. Look out. And he got him. So there we go with the first base runner. Hit by pitch. So 5 punch outs and a hit batter.
Is it harder to actually play or watch, right, if you're a father?
Oh, man. I think we all know the answer to that.
Yeah.
A lot harder to watch.
How about Queenan right now? That hurt his thumb when he caught that ball on the hit by pitch. He's been rubbing it, shaking it off, but he's a tough one. He's going to stay in there.
Strike 1 to Reese Music, and you can see the body language of the hitter on a pitch like that. Kind of bent out of the way, and then it bent in. That one missed. Love to get ahead if you're a pitcher, and McShane has faced 7. 5 have been first pitch strikes.
Ball.
Outside, boy, the first baseman over there, Connor Curtis. Maybe that's why you saw Nunez take such a big lead. But I think Queenan was like, well, wait, get over there. I got a chance to throw him down. Into left, and not a good jump for Charlemagne. Now he's coming. He makes a great catch out there in left field. Cameron Charlemagne broke back and realized, nope, that was kind of off the end of the bat. I'm going to go get it.
Yeah, well, Charlemagne went on SportsCenter yesterday, turned it on, and he saw number 10, Messi, doing his thing. He said, well, I'm number 10 as well. I'm going to take a dive and left, and I'll see you at the top 10.
Charlemagne the God.
It looked like it there. Can't beat the environment down here at Lombardy. Nationals on their way. Tim Kurkjian's on the bus, and he caught up with Josiah Gray.
What are you looking forward to most about Williamsport? Just being around all the kids, enjoying the games. I grew up watching all of this stuff, so I'm really just looking forward to the whole environment and just enjoying it.
And obviously, you've never been here before, correct?
Never. I always wanted to come as a kid. We never made it when we were playing, but this is a great opportunity to come for the first time.
It's a rite of passage to go down the hill on a piece of cardboard. Are you planning on doing that?
I'm planning on doing it. Definitely got to make my way there. It's definitely a thing I got to do.
What's it like for you to sit next to a Major League Baseball player?
It's great. Yeah, I've never met one in person, so I'm glad that I get to sit by Josiah and learn more about him.
Are you going to trade anything with him? Are you going to give him a hat? And are you going to give him one of your hats?
I've already traded my hat, but I got him to sign my Nationals hat, so that's cool.
Great day. Way to go, fellas.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah, well, that's it in a nutshell right there. The opportunity of a lifetime. The benefits of getting to Williamsport because of this Major League Little League Classic are magnified. And that right there to sit next to Josiah. How about the perspective, too, of the Little Leaguer? You want your child to experience the teamwork and fun of Little League baseball or softball and maybe a chance to meet a major leaguer? Visit PlayLittleLeague.org. Enter your address to find a Little League community program near you. Oh, yeah, we go from dugout to the fanatic. They got the presidents. We got me. Back with Eduardo Perez, David Cohn. I'm Carl Ravitch, and we are set. Moving quickly to the third inning.
Ball.
Eddie, how did you treat your responsibility as a player to your audience, especially the young ones?
I mean, they are, and not to quote the late Whitney Houston, but they are the future, right? And they're the ones that actually motivate you. They look at you differently than any other adult. And I think because of that, you're motivated. Plus, you put yourself in that position. I think Josiah said something that resonates with every major leaguer right now. We all played Little Leagues. We all went through it. And because there have been millions of kids that have played Little League, even the parents can also dream of wanting to play here. I dreamt of it. And because of that, you respect the parents that actually put the kids in Little Leagues and you end up playing as a team. To me, it's a duty as a major leaguer to be able to connect with the young ones.
It's a great point. The parents, right? All the practices, all the driving, the commitment.
Little League stats are provided by Game Changer, the official scorekeeping and stats technology partner of Little League and the Little League World Series. Game Changer now offers free live streaming for regular season local youth games, automatic video highlight clips when you stream and score your games. Do you recall any of those interactions? Because very few of us have ever been major leaguers, so we don't get approached by kids. What they're looking for, what do they want to know?
You know, I think obviously they want to just see what it looks like, right? See what a big leaguer looks like, how he acts, how he carries himself. You almost learn more by watching.
Mm-hmm. Who was your kind of idols growing up as you get a chance to see more of these kids from Texas sitting with the national players?
Yeah, I grew up in Kansas City, so I was a huge Royals fan. The Royals had some great teams. The guy I loved was a pitcher named Dennis Leonard.
Sure.
Right-hander, had a great slider. One of the aces of those Royals teams of the 70s.
Yeah, so if you had a chance to be on a bus as a 12-year-old Tony or 11, what would you have asked Dennis Leonard?
How do you hold that slider?
And 2-2 here to Connor Queenan, swinging a miss.
I got a catch.
Back-to-back punch-outs. That's number 7 for Austin Crowley.
And as excited as the Little Leaguers are, I guarantee you that the major leaguers are just as excited and anxious to be able to pull up and see Lamade, because we all see it, we all have it on in the clubhouses. There's not one clubhouse right now in the major leagues that does not have this game on.
I'm not going to come out here and try to tell you some funny story, all right? We know what we got to do, all right? We know the players we are, okay? So going forward, we need to lock in and go back to playing media baseball, okay? Right now, we're not. Everybody's scared, timid. I get it. Look around. It's pretty crazy. I understand, okay? You guys are 12 years old. Breathe. All right, Trev, get ready to take it over, okay? Go get it done. You, go D it up, all right?
Am I going to short?
Yeah.
Am I going?
We'll take a timeout. Skoronek's going to come in. This has to do with pitch count. If they win, you play again Tuesday. And they want to make sure that their best pitchers are available as often as they can be. The challenge of coming out of the side that has already lost the game. No challenge in riding a bus with Brandon Finnegan, Josiah Gray, and the rest of the Nationals. That's a blast. ESPN's coverage of the Little League World Series presented by T-Mobile. With Eduardo Perez, David Cohn, I'm Carl Ravitch, Eric Mosley, Doug Holmes. Got our producer-director team. It is such a gorgeous day, an incredible weekend of Little League weather. 70s yesterday, 80s today. Sun is shining. Big leaguers are in town. Historic Bowman Field getting ready to open its arms. A little later during our 2 o'clock game on ABC, we'll have Rob Manfred and Steve Keener join us. Talk about the history of this event and the future of this event. They have said Brandon Finnegan. I meant Kyle Finnegan just a minute ago. As we get set for Trevor Skowronek, who's on the mound. He got the win yesterday in 1 2/3 innings of relief. So he's able to come back, and they're hoping he can land this one as he gets a big swing and a miss from Connor Curtis. Suburb of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Delaware County, Delco. Favorite athlete Allen Iverson. Practice. We're talking about practice. We're trying to win a Little League World Series championship. Didn't get the breaking pitch in there. Rhode Island scored 2 in the first. They got a 2-0 lead as we play the third of 6 innings. Oof. And you see a lot of that, a little spinning out as we watch the Philadelphia Phillies get off the plant. What is the spin out on a breaking pitch? Are they just way out in front of it?
Way out in front of it. They're not recognizing it, and it's thrown at them, so they're pulling off big time.
Whew.
And Connor Curtis has proven that he can hit a fastball really well. Stays usually center field to left. Right now, he hasn't faced a lot of lefties, and he's finding out how difficult it can be.
On the right side, the Philadelphia Phillies have touched down. They got a big victory yesterday, come from behind. They've done that 33 times this season. They were down 3-0 and exploded late in that game. Maintain a 3-game cushion over the Giants. Figure guys like Lorenzen and Rio Muto are going to love this. Rio Muto's got to love this. He just feels like a baseball rat, an athlete.
You know what it's also good for? Guys that are struggling. It's going to be good for Trey Turner to come in here and kind of have a perspective change. No matter how long you've been in this game, sometimes you forget what it was like to be 12 years old.
I don't think Bryce forgot what it's like to be 12. Now, at 12, he was different than most other 12-year-olds, but he understands this. When you're a dad, you completely relate to giving out the Phillies hats. You got a hat from Bryce Harper. You're now going to go back and tell your friends that Bryce Harper gave you a Phillies hat? Incredible. 2-2, just a little late. Harper's got the team from media, of course, so that's the Philadelphia team, and the team from Nevada who'll be playing later today, and they are so excited with the opportunity to see Bryce, let alone meet him, but see him for sure. Curtis gone. Skowronek gets that big punch out, and that is the 8th strikeout of Rhode Island hitters. We'll see the team start to arrive up here as we continue. Coming soon to theaters Friday, August 25th, The Hill, the inspirational true story about family, faith, and a baseball miracle. Dennis Quaid stars in The Hill. It's rated PG. Check out the trailer. We're back, and this is Williamsport, where today the Little Leaguers and Big Leaguers get together. Tim Kirchen's got bus duty. He's with another major leaguer.
Dom, what did you take away from your first trip here a few years ago?
I just took away, one, how beautiful the complex is, and then how amazing the city is. And what really amazed me was the competition level, how good these young men are, and just seeing the game develop at such a rapid pace. It's really fun to watch, and these are going to be the next big leaguers who play in the next few years. So seeing these guys, meeting these guys, learning their personalities, it's just a great experience, and I'm glad MLB does this.
Most of your teammates have never been here before. When they asked you what to expect, what did you tell them?
I told them just expect a day full of fun. I told them make sure they try to do every activity and definitely slide down the hill. So they're excited for it. We're excited, like I said, to see the competition, and they do a great job making sure that we interact and have fun.
Did you go down the hill on a piece of cardboard the last time?
No, I did not. So I definitely have to go down this time.
And were you not allowed the first time? Were you afraid the first time, or what was the deal?
I think the first time we went, it was raining, so they didn't want us to get hurt. So this time it's beautiful weather, and I'm willing to risk it this time.
Right. What is it like for you to sit next to a Major League Baseball player?
It's amazing.
Yeah. What's it like for you to meet a Major League Baseball player?
It feels really cool, and feel really honored to be here, sitting with him today.
So are you guys going to trade pins or trade hats or trade baseballs? Has that begun yet?
Yes.
What have you received from the National? Did you get a hat or what?
I got this hat.
Has Dom signed it for you yet? Way to go, Dom.
Thank you, guys.
And what have you received in return?
I've received a couple pins. I have them in my pocket, and so far, not a hat yet, so I'm waiting for one of them to give me something.
All right, Tim, thank you. I saw Foudy down there directing traffic. I can see the Swaggin' Wagon. That's Julie Foudy in that little golf cart. We call that the Swaggin' Wagon. So she's leading them in. You should see, too, and you will, the lines of people that have gathered to welcome these major leaguers. As crowded as it is here, there's a massive crowd in between Volunteer and Lamade waiting to see these guys. Nathan Hellberg, right field, deep. That is over the head of Aglione. Hellberg to second, leadoff double. That'll fire the crowd up.
That's exactly what media needed. Leadoff hitter on in scoring position right away, and this ball's hit well. One of the designated hitters on the team, and he is pumping his team up.
2-0 game, bottom of the third inning. And here is Patrick Diedrich.
Should be bunting. Look how close he is towards the pitcher. One of the few hitters that is up. Make the angle bigger, and that way it'll keep the ball fair. Easier to keep the ball fair. Let's see, when he gets the sign, he'll tell you if he's going to be bunting or not. He moves back. Now he's not.
Slow roll to first. It's fielded by Curtis, and smartly just holds on to it. Realizing if I try to fire over there to third base, things could go wrong. That's going to be a run. We got a chance to prevent it.
This is what Dom was talking about, Coney. The kids understand how to play the game. Runner at second. Okay, didn't get the bunt down the first one, so he pulls it and moves the runner over, sacrificing himself with the swing.
The 10th hitter in the batting order is Cole Carroll. Good job by McShane to get ahead. That feels like in this must-win game, that run down there is pretty important. Let's get on the board and get the crowd back into it. Gets the call against Carroll. Fires away, right field. Let's see. Aglione's there. Hellberg's going to hold. And a good throw and block from Queenan behind the plate. That's well executed by Royce Aglione in right field.
On 0-2, he makes contact, gets the ball in play. But you are right, Carl. He almost threw it the whole way in the air. A little short hop.
What a job by Queenan. He went all hockey goalie there, made sure it did not get by him. And now it's up to Charles Hahn to bring in that run. What McShane has done so well is make sure the catcher catches the ball. There's not been too many opportunities for a ball to get by and a runner to score from third. And now he's ahead 0-2. He is the 11th man in the batting order. Obviously, in years past, instead of having your 11th batter up, you'd be number 2, number 3 in the order at this time. Big Bryce is signing autographs for the kids.
Time.
Kids from the Great Lakes. The Ohio crew lost yesterday, but they're winning today. Up the middle with 2 strikes and 2 outs. Charles Hahn delivers, and it's 2-1.
Guys, that's from the 11th spot in the lineup. All right, being able to keep that bat head there, and that is a huge hit. Cut the deficit in half right now, 2-1. Right back up the middle, Cody.
He threw the bat at the ball. It's beautiful.
They'll move him up in the order there. Why am I batting 11?
Hellberg started it with that double over the right fielder's head. And they have re-engaged the crowd, both here in the stadium and on the outfield hill.
What about Pennsylvania? The first 5 hitters in the lineup, your top 5 hitters strike out. And then after that, the bottom half of the lineup, they've been putting the ball in play. They're making the defense work. They've got them on base, and they've got themselves a run.
So now we're back to the top of the order, and that means the second time that Selesky sees McShane. He struck out, as Eddie just said. This time fouls it off the netting. I would think one of the things a Little Leaguer is most in awe of how big the major league players are. I know I am. They seem bigger and bigger every year. This one to right center. It's going to get down. Selesky delivers. Heading to third base. Here comes Hahn. He's in. And the media bats are waking up. Early start, 11 a.m. Now it's afternoon. Taking second base. Is time called? We'll see. The second base ump is going to send back Nathan Selesky. Time had been called, so they fix third base.
A nice swing. Not too much. Shoots him the other way. Now you got first and third and 2 out.
Yeah, and the best hitter on the team, Austin Crowley. Slow roller that's going to go foul. And a lesson there, too. You got 2 outs, all on the ground, runner at third. You got to go. Nationals making their way onto the complex here. Bryce Harper's got a seat. Juan Walker. Background, Kyle Schwarber about to board. But back here, big spot in this game. First and third. Good pitch. Really big at bat here. This is the midway point of the game. They got 1 run in the bottom of the third. Swing and a miss. What a job by McShane. As he gets a good hitter, Crowley. A little spinner, and they will strand 2.
Gets this one in a good spot.
Kyle Schwarber, first off, what does it mean to you to be a role model to the Little Leaguers here?
Wow, it means a lot. We were all in their shoes one day and looking up to the guys who played the game before us. So it's really cool to be here again and to go around and watch these guys play, and all the guys and girls go out there and play hard and try to hit home runs and have them come out to the game night. It's going to be fun.
Did you play Little League growing up?
I didn't play Little League, but played different kind of forms of stuff like that, more travel ball. But, always watch the Little League World Series on ESPN all the time.
Right. So how does it feel to be here in Williamsport now?
Oh, it feels great. You know, I was lucky enough to get to play this game back in 2019 when I was with the Cubs. And when I figured out that we were coming back to do this game, I was really excited.
Do you have any memories from being back there when you were with the Cubs?
You know what? Well, we won the game. That was a good thing, so hopefully we can do that tonight. But, you know, I think that's the best part was going around the field and getting to see all the kids and watch them play and, you know, going to the barracks, playing ping pong, things like that. It was a lot of fun.
All right, thank you. Good luck tonight.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Pepper Pursley. We appreciate that. Just asking Coney, too. You're walking this procession. You kind of look to your right, and you can see Volunteer Field, and you're continuing along. And look at all the people that you're going to walk through. I mean, this is sort of a red carpet approach. And then you're going to come out here. And you just got to be blown away by that.
Well, you are, because as a 12-year-old, you're thinking about big league players, and you go, maybe if you're lucky enough to go to a major league game and the stadium is perfect, and you come here and this is your place. It's built just for you, and to me that's just remarkable. That's a dream that I remember when I was a kid about, wow, do we have a ballpark just built for us? A lot of times you got to play on bigger fields for bigger kids.
It's as nice a ball field as you're going to play on probably until the major leaguers, right? I mean, if you're a kid, is there anything that compares to this prior to a major league stadium as far as grass goes?
This is it. And shout out to the groundskeepers. I mean, this is just pristine. The shape of the field, the grass.
They go out and rake, you know, the infield. They sweep it twice a game.
Twice a game, and they've had to deal with a lot of rain as well. So for them to be able to keep everything, the grounds, both Volunteer Stadium and Lamade, in check is really impressive.
All right, so our game, top of the fourth, 6-inning game. Media, Pennsylvania got a run back, so it's 2-1. And Braden Castellone looks at one from Skowronek down. And the old adage in baseball, when you get a run, you want to go out there and make sure the other team doesn't come back and get it right back. Behind 3-0. Walks the leadoff man. You can find Little League on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at the official handles. That's at Little League. Follow the action. Join the conversation with LLWS. Look at all the baseballs being fed over there, and there's a couple of Vegas, Nevada folks in Stott and Harper. Bryson Stott, you look at some of the favorite players that these kids are asked about. Stott's name appears a lot. Skowronek to McShane in the dirt, and a really good job by Selesky. Every year, Tony, one of the things that stands out, the catchers. Whether it's the international side, for years it was seemingly dominated by the Japanese catchers. They were always phenomenal, but the rest of those countries, and certainly the United States, the emphasis on good catching has become a real thing.
You see a lot of these kids emulate the big league catchers that they follow and watch. The way they receive the ball, present the ball, frame it.
In the dirt, blocked that with his shoulder, but it was too far away from him. That allows the leadoff man to get to second. One of the things we note, when the leadoff guy has gotten on for Rhode Island, they have come in and scored.
They're a fundamentally sound team when it comes to playing small ball. Understand how to move runners over, bunt really well. See right there the emphasis to try to hit the ball the other way with the runner at second with no outs.
Two balls, two strikes in a 2-1 game. Nobody out. Top of the fourth inning. And the next one to McShane. Yeah, it was in the glove when he swung at it. That's a strikeout for Skowronek. And now we go to the bus. Pepper Pursley's got a special guest.
What advice do you have for these little leaguers?
Advice: just go out there, have fun, enjoy the game. It goes by quick. You know, just try to go out there and be your best and do your best as well.
How much fun is it just being on a bus with them in their environment here at Williamsport?
Yeah, I think we're all looking forward to it. I think we're all looking forward to kind of hanging out and being around the Little Leaguers and the stadiums and things like that. A lot of us, it's our first time here, so we're as excited as them and looking forward to it.
You think you're going to go down the hill?
I don't know yet. We'll see.
All right, it's pretty muddy this year, so just a bit of warning. It's pretty muddy this year.
Yeah, I don't know if it'd be good for my elbow, so I probably won't.
Thank you.
Harper with Scott. I'm not certain that the Phillies are anxious to see Bryce roll down the hill on a cardboard box.
Well, maybe I saw a Barbie one around here.
The Barbie sled?
Yeah, the Barbie sled looks kind of safe.
Equipped with seatbelts?
We saw Felix Bautista do it last year.
A mountain on the hill.
The mountain on the hill.
Yeah, they've kind of blocked off the road there down that mud slick. You can see with the fences. Nobody's taking that route. Next one to Dione. That's outside. 2-1.
Definitely closed.
That's the black diamond on a ski slope. Yeah, there's nothing that can go wrong there. And off the screen it goes. It was about as green as we've ever seen it when we arrived because of all the rain that's been here. And now you look up at that hill where the cardboard has taken its hold, and so is the sunshine. It's not green anymore. It has gotten muddy, but also on that left side up there, that's where the sheen is, and that's what you want. That's where the cardboard will go down. And I'm sure that's where the players will gravitate towards. Ball. Inside to Dione. Phillies are doing Phillies things. Last year they had that huge second half. They're doing the same thing again. Their offense in August has been outstanding. And they've been led by guys like Castellanos, and Bryson Stott's really changed. Great lesson for Little Leaguers. Last year he was fed a whole bunch of fastballs and he realized, I got to figure out how to hit them. He went back, studied tape, made some adjustments, and he's a really good fastball hitter now. So we're at any age in this game, constant adjustments.
Constant adjustments and little drills that you can do that will kind of creep into your game type situation. The last thing you want to do when you're pitching in the heat of the game or hitting is think about mechanics. You got to be at that point, just turn it loose and be free and easy. But when you're practicing, that's when those drills can really help.
3-2 to Dione. I think it got him on the elbow, and he is going to take first base. So Skowronek struggling a little bit here after the walk to Castellone and the strikeout. He hits Dione, so there are 2 on.
Were you guys talking about your golf games? The adjustments you guys have to make?
That too.
That's constant.
Same advice, different sport. I once asked Bernie Williams, the great Yankee center fielder, the year he won the batting title, Bernie, what do you think about when you're walking up to the plate? His answer was nothing. Absolutely nothing.
That's when you have a clear mind.
All right, big spot now again in the top of the 4th for this team from Smithfield, Rhode Island. Gavin Gibbrey. Breaking pitch, ducking out of the way.
That Bernie Williams didn't have to worry about because he was a switch hitter. Left on left. Last time Gibbrey was pulling off every pitch, and that was against Crowley. This time it's against the lefty Skowronek.
There you go.
Even more difficult.
It's always interesting about Little League when a hitter takes a swing. The third base coach, almost regardless, is offering some type of advice. This is father-son. Yeah. You just said, don't think about anything. Yeah. And as soon as you sort of swing and foul one off or miss, here's something to think about. No foul ball, just a ball that was dropped by Selesky, and smartly down to third goes Castellone.
I had the privilege of actually calling a couple Cuba games, and their head coach was giving so much advice, so much information in less than 10 seconds. It was unbelievable how they could process all of that.
Yeah. Coaches are going to coach.
Skowronek needs a strikeout here with Castellone at third, Dione at first, and Gibri behind 1 and 2. Got it right there. Wow. On the outside corner. Got to protect with 2 strikes, and he didn't, and he is gone. I like what I'm seeing. There's Stevie Lowe out there, Eddie, and
there we go. Is Davey taking over?
Is that Davey? Yeah, Davey Martinez.
Are you taking over? I want to see you behind the camera.
Safe space. He thinks. Be careful over there. Seen a few line shots into the camera. Well. Ten strikeouts by Rhode Island hitters of their 11 outs in the game. Good job by Selesky. He gets it, and he gets it back.
Okay, this is where on defense you have to be careful. With 2 outs, Rhode Island might try to steal a run here. So do you throw through? I would not, because you're already down 1. Just try to get the hitter.
You can see Selesky is doing a great job. He catches it and fires it. If you want to be in charge of this pitcher, that's where the ball should be. And then let Skowronek make up his mind. 1 ball, 1 strike to Charlemagne. And here goes the runner down to second, and that will be allowed. And now it's on the pitcher. Charlemagne's already made a great catch in left field. Can he deliver a big hit for Smithfield? Up the middle, caught! What a job by Skowronek to be in a position to field it. That was destined for center field. Field your position, Coney.
Yeah, you got to release it. Now you got to be ready.
Begins coverage of the Little League World Series this Saturday, presented by T-Mobile. Should say Sunday because it's Sunday Night Baseball. Bowman Field's getting ready for that, as the Phillies and Nationals will be over there in just a little bit. And it has seen some great games, seen a lot of homers. The pregame festivities are tremendous. Last year, of course, President Bush was in attendance. Mexico, Canada. That is coming up next. And then at 2 o'clock Eastern time over on ABC, North Dakota, Henderson, Nevada. They've been outstanding. And then 7 o'clock Eastern time, the big one. Julie Foudy's entered the interview room.
Ravi, I found Michael Raven from Needville, Texas, and he found a fellow Texan, didn't you, Michael? You want to introduce him? All right, I'm giving you the mic. This is very dangerous, but I'm giving you the mic. You got this.
I'm here with Kyle Finnegan from Washington Nationals. What position do you play?
I'm a relief pitcher for the Washington Nationals. I've been doing some closing this year, so that's been a lot of fun helping our team win some ball games.
What's your favorite pitch?
Favorite pitch is the heater, the #1. Grip it and rip it as hard as you can.
What is it top out at?
I've hit 100 a few times, so not bad.
Who is someone you would like to pitch against?
Someone I'd like to pitch against. Let's see. Maybe you someday. Maybe I'll play long enough I get to face you.
Do you think you get a hit off of me?
No. I'm a pitcher for a reason. I was not a good hitter.
Okay.
Michael, that's incredible. I need to know, Kyle, where you grew up in Texas.
I'm from Kingwood, Texas, so about maybe an hour away from where they're from.
So a town of 3,000, is your town bigger than that?
A little bigger, but you know, it's not how many people, you know, it's the heart. It's the heart of the town, so I got full confidence in these boys. We're going to be pulling for them all the way.
I think I have some competition as well, Michael. Goodness gracious, that was really good. All right, boys, enjoy the day. Good luck tonight.
Thank you, Julie. Thank you, Mr. Raven. And the second bus, the Philadelphia Phillies started to make their way here as well. Really good stuff there. Now you can kind of get inside the heads of a 12-year-old. How hard do you throw it? What's your best pitch?
100.
Hundo.
Couple times.
I will say this. This has to be right now for the kids on the field playing and just knowing that you have big leaguers watching you. Right? They already know that they're watching on TV, but to have them in person,
Skowronek fielded smoothly over there at first by Connor Curtis. Real smooth. So, your buddy Todd Frazier, he's so into pin trading, Kona. Are you familiar with that?
I am. I learned last year, and Eduardo tightened me up. He's a good partner. He gave me a whole pocket full of pins to do some trading.
Frazier has about 7,000 pins that he's collected. Do you have 7,000 of anything?
No.
Quickly 2 down. Brady McShane is pitching a phenomenal game right now. Way up on the plate. Good bunt here. Queenan's got it. Good job by the catcher. Popped out from behind the plate. A 5-pitch inning. Awfully impressive. The Phillies, Michael Lorenzen. And a no-no the other day. They're coming in where the Nats already are, including that guy, Bryce Harper. The Little League Baseball World Series on ESPN is presented by T-Mobile, America's largest and fastest 5G network. The beauty of being here in Williamsport and at the Little League World Series, you get a chance to experience the Grove, which for the most part is exclusive to the players. That's it. So when you get a chance to get up there and see what they experience, and the common thread for every one of these guys and girls, with Stella Weaver being here, is the sport of baseball. And you got to realize, Little League World Series is on in every Major League clubhouse during this week-and-a-half period. A, because it's on during the day, and a lot of times they're playing day games, and why wouldn't you want to have live baseball on? But they get a thrill. They know when there's a good pitcher. They know when there's a good hitter. They're dialed in.
It's not just a baseball game, right? It's the activity around the ballpark. Yeah. So much to do.
I'll play Tim Kirkshin. Coney. When Terry Francona was here, he called this the greatest place he's ever been, a combination of baseball and what was this term that Francona used?
County fair.
County fair. Baseball and county fair. Exactly. Bingo card, middle top row. Julie.
Yes, Ravi, I've got Campbell Foster from the Northwest team, of course. I'm going to give over the mic again, Campbell. You got this. You're going to introduce Jake.
Hi, this is Jake Irving.
You're going to hold on to it, though. You got it.
Hi, this is Jake Irving, and he plays for the Nationals. Jake, how many years have you been playing?
I'm a rookie this year. Yeah, I'm a rookie this year.
What college were you drafted from?
I was drafted out of the University of Oklahoma.
How many seasons did you play in the minors?
I've been playing in the minors since 18 until this year, so 5 years.
How many siblings do you have?
I have 3 brothers.
Do they play any professional sports?
I'm the only professional sports player.
What are your favorite hobbies?
I like to hang out with friends. I like to fish, watch TV, and watch movies.
Huge fisher too. Who do you hang out with, like, in your free time? Like, who are your biggest friends?
We spend a lot of time with our teammates. So all the guys on the team, I spend a lot of time with Josiah Gray, Mackenzie Gore.
How many sports did you play as a kid? Because a lot of people say, like, you don't want to get burnt out. You just want to have fun as a kid.
I was very well-rounded. I played a little bit of everything, but mostly football, baseball, and hockey.
I've played those, but I've never played hockey before.
Campbell, you crushed that, man. Way to go. Way to go. Hey, Jake, I got to know real quick, impressions of Williamsport, because I know you've never been here before.
First time for me, and it's just spectacular. The crowds that welcomed us in were just unbelievable, and just watching the energy around here, it's what baseball's all about.
Perfect. Thanks, boys. Good luck tonight.
That was really well done. Thank you, Julie. We appreciate it. Yeah, always important to get the perspective of these big leaguers. They play in the greatest stadiums in the world, and they come here, and this is just different, and it's equally as special because it's so unique.
How about Irving yesterday? Threw 6 innings, 5-hit ball, no runs, no earned runs allowed, 2 walks and 7 strikeouts against the Phillies. Started that game.
He's in the new rookie year. Gavin Cataract is up. Another bunt single we saw from Aglione, so he is at first base. And that one just missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 6-inning games, Coney. Remember, 6-inning games, so we're down to it here in the top of the 5th inning. And Skowronek, as the temperature in the room has gone up too a little bit. Supposed to be in the 80s, off the glove of Selesky, down to second base. And in the scoring position goes Aglione.
Aglione today putting a master class in what bunting is all about. Using that speed, getting it down. Now another runner in scoring position for them.
You can hear the roar as the Phillies in their red jerseys, Kyle Schwarber leading the way, have entered the building. Schwarb's second trip here. He came with the Cubs. I thought he might say something like, well, when Chris Bryant took the piece of cardboard down the hill as far as memories go, because Bryant, Rizzo, they were all in it. Joe Madden, of course, from the state of Pennsylvania. Selesky tried to frame it, didn't get that call. Good look at Schwarber, kind of drinking it all in. Another year with 30 bombs for Kyle Schwarber, like from the second, third month of the season. You're like, boy, is it going to happen? And it does every year, so why would we be surprised?
It feels like Phillies due for that hot streak again, right?
Exactly. It's an opportunity, too, as you know this, having done the international games. Team from Venezuela to talk to some Major League Baseball players.
Henry Blanco right there without the hat, number 35 as well. All from Venezuela. Saying hello to the Maracaibo team. Very talented team at that.
That's a great shot right there. The pride of Venezuela.
The number 11 hitter in the order is John Wozniak. There are 2 men on. There's only 1 out. In a 1-run game, must win to stay alive. That one is just off the plate. Swing and a miss. Look down at the media side, and many of the fans standing, watching, on edge. For most of these teams, it started in May. For the international teams, it started a lot earlier, these tournaments. Big Red out there on the mound. Needs to dial one up here on a 2-1 pitch. Now it's 3-1, and you're about to turn it over to the top of the order. Living dangerously.
Not only about to turn it over to the top of the order, but also going for his 50th pitch of this game.
One universal take is when you waggle the bat like you're going to bunt, and you're not going to bunt. Did that distract you?
I remember doing that in Little League. Yeah, that's universal. You're right, it is universal.
Did it bother you as a pitcher when the kids did it?
No, it made me angry. I didn't like it.
So if it made you angry as a pitcher, why would you then do it as a hitter?
Yes, coaching. Coaches are going to coach, right?
That meant you're coachable.
Yes.
Because you would do it.
Well, the bases are loaded. We've hit the 50 pitch mark. And for Pennsylvania, with the one loss already on the resume. They're going to take Skowronek, I believe, out and make a pitching change. Bryce Harper has signed 100 autographs already, and look at how gracious he's being, continuing to sign. It's crowded down here, Coney. We are starting to file in a big way, and everybody here is aware. Media, Pennsylvania, home to many, many Philadelphia Phillies fans. And they're going to leave Skowronek in. They realize you got to win this game, so they're going to go with Skowronek.
Hey, Davey, how are you, man?
Davey Martinez, the manager of the Nationals, has come up here to join us. All right, Davey. Let's see. We got to get a headset for Davey. We'll find it. Here you go, Davey.
I just found one.
First time? Davey, first time? All right. We'll get that adjusted. They leave Skowronek in, so a huge part of this baseball game with Queenan up. And ball one. Can you hear me now, Davey?
Yes, sir.
All right. Great to see you again.
Oh, good to see you guys.
So how about this vantage point? What do you think about what you see here?
It's incredible. It really is. TV does it no justice. It really does it.
Right. And we try hard to do it justice. we do. But I agree with you. There are certain venues that it just doesn't match being in person. Big spot in our game here, Davey, as you join us with the leadoff hitter up and the bases loaded. Woo. Have you been watching at all the Little League games over the years?
Yeah, we've been watching. You know, we had a team from Virginia that was in the regionals, so we were pulling for them hard. Yeah, so this is a lot of fun. We're glad to be here. We're glad we got invited. The boys are excited. I can't believe they won't recruit C.J. Abrams. He looks like he's 12 right now.
Exactly. 2-0 with the bases loaded to Queenan. That's a big strike.
We thought you were going to take over the camera on the third base side.
Yeah, I like that fan he had in that booth.
That's what Eduardo said. He knew you'd be up here. He said he's going to seek some shade. 2-1. Popped up on the infield. That's caught, and they will flip to first. Safe. Ooh. Keep an eye on the runner at third. What an effort by the second baseman to get over there as he took that flip from Hellberg, and the foot got down on the bag. Let's see.
Oh, that was close.
What's the call, David?
You have 15 seconds.
Yeah, no kidding. I'm waiting for the headsets. Yeah.
Is that the most popular call you've done all year?
That's right there.
Now that is close, but a good call.
Big boy up here now, Connor Curtis. Bases stay loaded. This could very well be the game. And they keep it at 2-1. Curtis, that's going to be out of play. David, what do you make of the quality of play of these 11, 12-year-olds?
Man, I'll tell you now, this game's come a long way.
Right.
I mean, the future's bright for baseball with some of these young players right now.
Look at Schwarber, man. He's up there. He's rooting on this team for media. He knows they need it out. They filled in some seats on that media side. Rooting hard for Trevor Skowronek.
Got his hands full here with Curtis. 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts.
Rolls one of the second basemen. They will go to first, get that out, and they will get out of it. Wow. And how about running off the field, looking up and seeing that shot? The Philadelphia Phillies rooting on the team from media. Delco coming to the plate, bottom of the 5th, down a run. They survive the bases loaded situation. Great look down at Volunteer and Lombardi Stadium here in South Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Our game track is brought to you by Geico, and a huge at bat. In fact, a couple of them that Trevor Skowronek was able to navigate around. Got a little pop-up and then a ground ball. And what a cool scene. We haven't really seen this before. You've got a local team from Philadelphia and all the Philadelphia Phillies now on their side rooting for them. And there have been a whole bunch of guys now that have made their way over to Volunteer as well. We get set for Canada and Mexico. That game is coming up after this one. And given that we're in the bottom of the 5th, we'll either start it here or we'll let you know where that game will start if we are continuing play. This is an elimination game, so Rhode Island and Pennsylvania, you want to hang around, you got to win this one in order to stay alive in championship competition. Yeah, so Davey Martinez, of course, the manager of the Washington Nationals, joining us here. Your team's playing a lot better now, huh?
Yeah, we're playing a lot better. Our young guys are really starting to step up and play really well. Our young pitchers have been doing really well as well. So it's been a lot of fun.
You get a lot of kids watching this telecast, obviously with Little League on. From a baseball manager perspective, what should an 11, 12-year-old boy or girl, what would you suggest they think about? What should they be doing when they're playing baseball?
You can learn a lot by watching games. You really can, and just working and practicing every day. These guys, I can tell you now that a lot goes into what they do just before the games. A lot of conditioning, a lot of workouts, a lot of batting practice. They do a lot to prepare themselves this day and age to play the game of baseball. And I think these young kids should understand that, hey, it's out there for you. You know, if you want it, you work hard at it, and you got a chance.
Been a handful of kids that have played Major League Baseball who were Little Leaguers and made it here to Williamsport. It may be easier to get to the Major League World Series given the fewer teams than it is to the Little League World Series.
There are a lot of Little League teams that are trying to get here. Yeah.
You know what, though? Sometimes I used to actually, when I played and watched the Little League World Series, learned a lot from the Little Leaguers. As a big leaguer, have you noticed sometimes the players' energy come up a little bit more just because they're seeing the Little League World Series?
I'll tell you, what I'm seeing is a bunch of kids that are playing with passion. And that's what it's all about. You know, you play with passion, play with heart. It's a good reminder for the rest of us about how to go about our business.
It's a great point. How refreshing is a day like this? I mean, it feels like you get away from all the microscopes and scrutiny and pressure, and you come here and everybody adores everything you do and the players. How much of a relief is it if the leadoff man gets hit?
Hey, you know, it's you know, for me, this is perspective, right? I mean, you come out here and you see, you know, we once were all with some of these kids, you know, wishing upon a dream, and to watch these kids do what they do, you're right. If you forget about the cameras, you forget about everything else going on, and it's just about the game of baseball.
You know what you won't hear? Here, booze.
Hey, I heard some coming in, by the way.
You did? Well, that was maybe in your case, not being from Philly. The bunt is laid down. That will advance the tying run to second. Good job.
Yeah, the Philly fans here are strong, you know.
Yes, they are. Reese Music did the job. He sacrificed the guy to second. And here comes Hellberg. He had the double his first time up. Made a nice play in the field. Harper now joins the media crowd. He's standing, a whole bunch of those red jerseys over there. That's unique. We haven't had that before with like a rooting interest. Like, this is our team.
It's not every day you could say that Bryce Harper and the Phillies are watching you.
Right.
That's unbelievable, man. A lot of eyes on these young kids right now.
Sure are.
Can you imagine?
Important eyes.
Playing in front of so many.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Hey, I get nervous when we guys pitch against Bryce Harper, you know.
I know. Yep. See if he can deliver. Nunez swings and fouls that off. Brady McShane, how about that, Eduardo? 61 pitches in the bottom of the 5th. He has been so good keeping that pitch count down.
He really has. At the beginning, he started off with 5 consecutive strikeouts. Since then, one strikeout, but it's been the defense that has come up big.
Center fielder is way over towards right against Hellberg on a 1-2. Fouls another one off. Good spoil. That you quickly go over. You watch Schwarber clapping like we fouled it off. We're still alive. Doesn't take long for people to get engaged in a game. Right away, you're on board. This one is into center field. Nunez being waved. Here's the throw. He's in there. We're tied. And they're going nuts on the media side.
Two big hits by Hellberg. The first one, the double, scoring the first run, and now driving a big run in. Up the middle, gets that big base hit, and the crowd is into it.
The Phillies and Harper were trying to get Hellberg at second base to do their celebration after they get a hit or one of these. They were trying to get him to do that.
I need some extra velocity on that one.
Boy, that's such a beautiful part about sports. It doesn't matter how long you've been here. Like in 10 minutes, they're into the game. We are so into it.
I'm sure Schwarber's got to appreciate the left-handed bat.
Of course, without question. And remember, the cheering after Hellberg fouled off that tough pitch to stay alive.
I got a question, Davey. Do you think, because of Ohtani, that we'll see more of that in the future? We see some of these kids do both at 12, and that's always been the case. But have you heard through the organization maybe allowing some of the guys you just drafted to maybe explore it?
I mean, I've seen college kids, that are hitting and also closing games out for teams in college. I can't see why I wouldn't. I mean, Ohtani's so special, though. I mean, what he does is incredible. It really is. I mean, the guy comes out and throws a 7-8 inning shutout.
Ooh, caught.
And he can be 4 for 4. He could be 4 for 4, in one game, and come back the next day and be your DH. I mean, that to me, it's hard enough to do one thing. He's doing both. That's incredible.
We showed it there. Bryce Harper, after that big hit, he looked over at his teammate, pointed to his arm, and he rolled his sleeve up as the manager is going to come out and talk to McShane. Eddie, you were a lip reader? Watch what Harper says here.
I've got goosebumps.
I got goosebumps.
Oh, I can't wait to ask him about that while he's mic'd up tonight.
Pitching change when we come back to the Little League World Series. Can't beat it. 2-2 big leaguers on board. Little League World Series just having a blast. On a Sunday, David Martinez, the Nationals manager here. Terrific ball game. Got very fortunate to have a team from Pennsylvania in it this year in front of the Philadelphia Phillies. Obviously, if Maryland were here, it'd be great because the Nationals are here, but sometimes you get fortunate, and we did, and they are all Bryce Harper and Schwarber and so many of them wearing their Phillies jerseys on the side of Pennsylvania. It's a 2-2 ball game. Braden Castellone is the new pitcher. And his first pitch to Cole Carroll is a strike. What a ball game. 2-2. 5 hits for the team from Rhode Island, 4 for the team from Mid-Atlantic, and the next one would be a huge one. It would put them ahead, likely. Hellberg out there at second base.
Castellone was a starter of their second game, the game they ended up losing, and this is redemption time for him right now on the mound.
A couple of things, right? You see where Cole Carroll is standing. Both those pitches he fouled basically off the end of the bat. Maybe move him a little closer to the plate.
Could move a little closer. His curveball's pretty good. Working at outside edge, like David Cohn used to do.
2 outs, the 0-2. Got him to chase. That'll do it. Castellone comes on. But the Phillies are getting goosebumps at the Little League World Series. Their team has tied it up. We are heading to the last inning, 6th of a 2-2 game. Concourse is crowded because players are mingling out there. Players are moving from one stadium to the other. That means some of them are at Lomity, some are down at Volunteer. David Martinez joins us. He said a couple of his players have made sure that they're getting a chance to watch the game that's about to start. And there you can see some of the national players, Davey, getting high fives from the Mexico players. That game will be seen at 1:06, the start of it on ESPNU. What was the conversations with the players prior to this? Did you get the sense that they were excited about it, looking forward to it?
Oh, absolutely. And for me, I just told them all, hey, go enjoy yourself. Have fun with the kids. And remember, it is about the kids. So just let yourself go and just have some fun.
Braden Castellone leads things off. Skoranek, new game here in the 5th, tied 2-2.
Really surprised how shallow the outfield is playing with Castellone, who has a lot of power to right field.
Christian Nunez is out there. He is the 3-hole hitter on this team and staying away to fall behind 2-0. If they weren't aware of all the Philadelphia Phillies that are standing here rooting for, they are now. I mean, they know all about what's going on. Three, 4, and 5 here in the 6th. That's a good pitch. The breaking pitches have stood out this year, especially, I'm not sure if you've seen some of the kids on the international side, Chinese Taipei, Japan. Incredible. See, if that's a little higher, that's that Camberwell where you were standing, Davey.
Hey, I was ready.
How's Stevie Lowe's air conditioning over there right now?
Yeah, he's feeling it. Huge crowds on hand to watch this game. And then, of course, many of them will be fortunate enough, all the Little Leaguers, to go watch the big league game. Castellone up the middle, leadoff man aboard. He took that off the ground. That's a big hit.
It's a good piece of hitting right there.
2 strikes. Shorten it up,
Shorten it up. Stay in the middle of the field.
That's what you're saying pretty much every night, right?
Every night.
And that's what I mean. This is where you can learn again just how to be able to reconnect with who one was as a Little Leaguer. And the kids that did well in the Little Leagues, most of them have a shot at making it to the big leagues.
Let's see if McShane is going to try to bunt. Ball 1, didn't appear as if he was. He did have a conversation with his coach down there at third, Eric Gibbrey.
Back, watch out.
Living on the corners is Trevor Skoranek.
I used to get that strike in 1992, Davey.
Ooh. How's that pitch? Davey, what do we got up here?
Oh, boy.
Oh, there goes Dom. He's going.
He needs some help. Somebody got to help
Somebody
push
him.
Ball. Boy, way inside. How about Selesky's ability to catch that? Air goes down.
Oh,
look out.
He's off.
May not be a one and done after that. We have to go on, try it again, see if we can stay on longer. Good job to foul that ball off from McShane. This is a good duel right here.
Great game all the way around.
Skoranek doesn't look like he's breathing any heavier.
Ball.
Good block. See how quickly the catcher gets it back to the pitcher with a
real quick, yeah.
Selesky behind the plate has been so impressive. All through regionals and here at the Little League World Series.
Full count, 3-2. One on, nobody out. Up the middle, that's going to get down. Center fielder fields it and fires it back in. Boy, how about the 2-strike hitting by Castellone and now McShane.
Breaking down, Skip.
2 pretty good pitches right there, but like I said, the guys are staying in the middle of the field. puts a nice swing and gets a base hit.
So what do you do here? You bunting? Last inning, nobody out, first and second.
You know, this is the thing. You got Mason Dion, who's looked really good at the plate, right? You got Gibbrey, who's a left-handed hitter on deck and has 2 strikeouts already in the game. I think you have to let him swing.
Singleton got hit by a pitch. Off speed, he's ahead of it. 0-1. Trevor Skowronek. Again, it is the last inning, but he has thrown 70 pitches. You can throw 85 before you got to be taken out of the game.
Foul!
Now ahead of Dion 0-2, and that one hurt a little bit, so he's down on the ground in some pain.
Oh, yeah. That'll make you roll around a couple times. You'll be okay. But this is where they've been dangerous, right, with 2 strikes?
Yes, last 2 guys both got hits with 2 strikes. Inside of that left leg of his. And the risk you have here, Davey, Coney, is you can't let that ball get away from the catcher and move the runners into scoring position.
Okay.
Here's Stella Weaver. Stella and the fellas from Nolensville, Tennessee, an awfully impressive team, and that's got to be a great conversation to eavesdrop on.
Kind of. How big is our man right there? That's a strong man.
He is solid. He's playing really well, too, right now.
0-2 on the ground to third. They will try to tag. No tag, and everybody is safe. They're looking to see if the runner had gone out of the baseline to avoid it. There was no call anywhere, and that feels like you'd get some question from the team from Pennsylvania. Davey, what are you doing here? So you asking?
I'm going to ask a question, yeah. We've done it before.
Dave, you've done more than just ask a question. I've seen you lay down at home plate.
Oh, boy, yeah.
I've seen you get that uniform dirty.
Remember earlier I talked about passion?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes that's a little bit much passion.
Yeah, but it's a judgment call, so you can't review that.
Right.
If you're scoring at home, it goes down as a fielder's choice.
What would you say?
Well, the runner on third base was just telling the umpire, it's almost, he was telling me like I was turning to go home. I like that one.
Yes, he sold it.
Well, now the bases are loaded. There's nobody out. You got to bring the infield in. And all sorts of pressure on Skowronek in a 2-2 game. The manager, he's screaming for timeout. He didn't see the umpire giving it to him.
Have to go for the strikeout here if you're Skowronek.
Gavin Gibbrey. Ball 1. How hard is it to throw a strike? The bases are loaded, nobody out.
Yeah, nobody out at all. And that's the thing is you got to count leverage in order to get into a strikeout position. Otherwise, try to keep the ball down on the ground.
Either hit him or the bat. It hit something. Let's see. The home plate umpire will send him to first. That's a hit batter, and the lead run is now in. Gibbrey got hit. Looked like he had dropped the bat at the same time. There was a sound, and the home plate umpire, Dave Miller, calls hit by pitch.
Or did it? Tell you what, that's great acting right there. You know you've had struggling offensively, and you know that's going to drive in the go-ahead run in the top of the 6th.
3-2. Cameron Charlemagne's had a good game. Swings and misses at that one. You don't think that hit him?
No.
Kind of went in between his hands, hit the catcher's glove.
I think when you're 0 for 2 left on left like that, I remember I rolled around one time on a fastball by Jason Beret. They told me to bunt. I was scared to death. Ball hits the bat, and I'm rolling around like a maniac, and they're like, take the base. And I'm like, yes, I will.
Good pitch. 0-2. Nobody out. We're in the 6th inning. Elimination game between Rhode Island and Pennsylvania. Eduardo Perez, David Cone, David Martinez, the Nationals manager up here. Got a little quiet on the media side. Just foul. You know, you talked about the valuable things you can learn at the Little League or amateur level. But dealing with this is another thing you can learn, how to slow your heart rate down.
Just dealing with the emotions of the day.
Yeah. '78th pitch about to be thrown by Skowronek to Charlemagne. That's high.
Very unusual pressure, right, for a 12-year-old in this scenario. Big league team watching you.
Incredibly unusual.
Ball.
A fastball and he missed to even it up 2-2.
And way over 21,701 fans watching as well.
That's incredible.
We're good. We're good.
Dom one and done maybe?
Dom, I think he's one and
One
done.
and done.
I don't. It's not even one. He went halfway.
Which is good by you. Dom's been hitting the ball pretty well.
Yeah, good. I'll tell you now too. Hey, the way he plays first base, it's been incredible. He saved us a lot of errors this year.
Good clubhouse presence too.
Very good.
Skowronek at 80 now. They've thrown over 130 pitches as a staff today.
Right off the hands.
Foul.
Literally right off the hands.
Because you heard no sound of aluminum bat.
That hurts. And because of the swing, no hit by pitch. That one hurts.
That hurt.
Davey, the way it works here, you then move into a staging area when you're the next game, and the kids from Nevada getting set for their game. So they're literally right underneath where we are, and then as you move to the right, you see the kids from the Midwest, Fargo, North Dakota.
Wow. You think they're a little nervous?
I think they're itching to get out on the field. Yeah. Not too nervous.
Not too nervous.
No. Uh-oh, Navy. Uh-oh. Couple more gnats up there, getting set to go down a hill. We'll sneak a peek at it after this pitch. 2-2. Back up the middle, and it is coming home. He's out. Out at home is the call. They get the force. Domenico fired it to Selesky. And the home plate umpire, Dave Miller, says out at home.
What a play. What a great throw.
Oh, it looks like he may have a toe down.
Tell you what, great job also on the slide, because usually when you slide, the foot pops up. He was able to keep that foot down.
So we'll have another review here. And watch that foot right there get down. You can see the ball is not yet in the glove. Real tough call for the home plate umpire. As you guys know, oftentimes on a bang-bang play at first, the umpire is listening for the foot on the base and the pop of the glove. You're not going to get a sound when a guy's toe hits the plate. Here's the review. Oh, called safe. So it is overturned. Another run for Rhode Island. No out recorded. Bases stay loaded.
It's a heck of a play, though, really. I mean, even though the call's overturned.
It really was. I mean, he threw a strike to home plate. Like Eduardo said, that play was made by the great slide.
Skowronek running out of pitches. Franco Lima, the next guy up. Dione down there at third. Gabri at second. Charlemagne at first.
This will be his last hitter here.
Ball. 2 balls and no strikes. And all the energy that Pennsylvania had filtered into this building, into this stadium, has been taken away by the kids from Smithfield, Rhode Island. Really good 2-strike approach to get it rolling. That's a swing and a miss. And they played it 2 with nobody down.
Just think about the pressure, right? You know pretty much that 90% of the people here are rooting against you because they're rooting for Pennsylvania. Then add the factor that the Phillies are actually standing on their side as well. That shows grit. You know what? You're Nats players, though. They're right behind the Rhode Island families.
I like that. Let them know we're here to support you, too. 2-2. They are really a good 2-strike approach team, man. It's hard to punch them out.
They showed that from the first inning on, scoring 2 runs in the top of the first.
There they are.
It's really hard not to be a fan of both teams. I mean, it really is. Since I've been here, I'm just watching. Fundamentally, both teams have played really well.
12 straight hitters without a strikeout. Ball. And a great take on a 2-2 pitch. Likely Skowronek's last pitch. It will be by pitch count. Whether it's a foul or not remains to be seen. 3-2. That's a walk. And that'll do it for Skowronek, and the lead grows to 3. Rhode Island now leads it 5-2. And we'll have a pitching change. That's amazing. The Philadelphia Phillies, who followed this team, they've certainly heard about them, read about them on the news, watched them on TV. You can just kind of see the disappointment on that first base side of things, that they weren't able to help this crew stay tied.
Let's make the play, right? We got nobody out. We're going to first. We're going to home, right? We're going to home, and there's a slow run on second. You're going to get to force it home and then fire to third base. You better be on that bag, right? If it's hit to you, you throw it right back and get back on the bag. Slow run on second. Let's try and get a double play. Great job. Go get your first baseman, man.
There you have it. And Davey, you know, for all these thousands of teams that start this Little League tournament, you end up with 20 of them here. They tend to have the perspective that getting here is just sort of the end of the race. Like, whether we win or not, it's the end. And what a summer we've all had. Such a unique experience, because you're getting to do things like that, which is play ping pong with a Washington National player.
That's awesome. I mean, all these kids should be proud of themselves. And the coaching staffs and the parents.
There you go.
Basically put their whole summer on hold.
The support staff.
Yep.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
That's a good ride. And, by the way, phone up. We're filming the whole thing.
Is that your shortstop going down the hill?
That is my knucklehead, yep.
people who don't know, Major League Baseball clubhouses, what is it with ping pong and baseball players? What is that?
They love it.
Yeah.
They absolutely love it. I think it's the hand-eye coordination thing, but they love playing ping pong.
Is there a ping pong champion in the Nationals clubhouse?
If you ask them all, they're all the champs.
So the beauty of today, because we're moving games into a little more confined quarters with time, Volunteers already underway. And that game on ESPNU, look out. Whoa, what a catch by the catcher from Canada.
Left-handed catcher. Woo. 2 of them in the Little League World Series. Great play.
You talk about a country that's gotten so much better, Davey, over the years. Canada is right near the top of the list. Been doing this for 20+ years or so, and you see what they once were was kind of, we show up, we lose 2 games, we go home. They don't lose that anymore.
Yeah. I mean, baseball has become a big sport there. It really has.
Did he go? Strike on Aglione, who has benefited really by bunting his way on a couple of times. Nathan Hellberg is the new pitcher. It's a 5-2 game in favor of Rhode Island. Pennsylvania still will bat in the bottom of the 6th, and the infield stays in with nobody out. The winner will play Tuesday. Swing and a miss, and the catcher Selesky couldn't hold on to it, and another run comes in. Everybody else moves up. Now we're adding insurance runs here, and you can see some of the body language on the kids from Pennsylvania, realizing we're now down 4. A hard one to swallow, right, when your pitcher gets a swing and a miss and a run scores.
Well, you tied the game up in the bottom half of the last inning, so the crowd was into it. The momentum was your way. Still nobody out here.
Royce Aglione's had a good game with a couple of singles. And now he squares. He does that really well, and he offered at it, and he throws down. Here comes the runner home. May have 2. No, the ball is dropped safe at the plate. It's Lima, and there was a collision with Selesky, the catcher. That's Charlemagne at the plate. Let's hope Carmen Charlemagne is okay. It was like an elbow maybe up right near the face.
It's been a rough inning for Charlemagne, right? Swung, the ball hit his fingers as the swing came along, then worked the walk, and now collision at home.
And Selesky, the catcher's been involved in all of this. He got back in time, and then the throw came in, and with a catch, he probably had the out. Glove got him in the face of Charlemagne. Pretty well executed, other than the catch at the plate.
Yeah, like I said, good fundamental baseball. Throws have been great.
Yeah, I said the temperature's getting up. Look at the kid. Wants to review it. Well, what an experience for the kids from media to have the Philadelphia Phillies on hand to watch them, because it's always the other way around. I mean, these kids go to Philadelphia Philly games all the time. Well, in a 7-2 game, we'll see what this question's about. Eric Gibbrey asked the umpires to get together. With these pauses, what's your take on the pace of play and the rules that we've got this year? We haven't seen you this year.
Yeah, so far so good. I love it. I mean, for us, it keeps our young players engaged. It really does. And the games are going a lot quicker, and I appreciate that a lot. It got a little much, over the past few years playing 4-hour plus games. So I thought this definitely helped.
Have you found that the quality of play, that the attention has been more on point as opposed to drifting? You get into games with all these delays, you can see he kind of checked out here. Is it helping the players that way?
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely. That's what I was talking about our guys being engaged. You don't see our infielders moving around all over the place. Hey, they got to be ready to go. The thought process is there, and then, like I said, when the pitch is made, they're moving. So it's been good.
Give us a little scouting report, Davey. A lot of baseball fans here, fans of all the major league teams. You play in a very, very difficult division. Let's just take a look at the replay and what they're looking at.
Well, one after he did not foul it.
No contact, yes.
Yeah, so you play in a brutal division. Give us a little handicap on the Braves and the Phillies and what you've seen from the opponent.
Really quick here before you answer that. The team from media is alleging, look, that was strike 3. Why is he back up? And if it was a foul ball, then
it's strike 3.
It's a dead play. The runner should actually go back to third, and that run shouldn't score. It has to be one or the other. It can't be both. Because the out was made, the force was made out at first.
I think that was strike 2, Eddie.
Okay, so that was strike 2 then.
Ball. Tell us about the opposition, because a lot of these fans of these teams.
Yeah, our division is tough, really is. But in order for us to get better, we got to compete with those guys. That's what I tell our players all the time. Hey, we're going to bang heads with some of the best teams in baseball, and we got to get better. And we've done that over the past since the All-Star break. We've played some really good teams that are in the wild card race, the division leaders, and we competed really well. So I definitely see the progress in our club,
right?
And I love it so far.
As a baseball fan, while you're the manager of the Nats, is it crazy what the Braves are doing? Because that's sort of the conversation out there. It's crazy.
It's crazy. Hey. Those guys can hit.
Yeah.
Man, they can hit. They hit the ball a long way, and you got guys there that steal bases. They play the game. They play the game the right way, and that's we look at those guys and we say, hey, we just got to continue to get better. And we're going to be there again one day. And when I look at our club, I really think that we're not that far away. We're really not. We got some young players. We got some guys in the minor leagues that we'll see in the near future that are definitely going to help us. And as you know, Mike Rizzo, myself, we don't like losing for much longer. Right. So we're definitely going to put a team that will compete like we're doing now.
All right, knowing your lineup tonight, who should the fans that are watching this game tune in tonight? A lot of them are going to be watching the Phillies. We get that, but who should they be watching on this team, your team?
Well, we got C.J. Abrams. We got Keibert Ruiz will catch tonight. Joey's having a great fantastic year for us. So we got some good players, and like I said, we're going to go out there and compete.
They cut down the run at home. You can see a lot of the Philadelphia Phillies got to get on that bus right around 2, so they start making their way down. Great to see Hoskins here. Bryce is hanging out. We got a bottom of the 6th to play. Yeah, spoken to a few of the managers that have played your team recently. Grinder is the word, like tough at bats. You keep hearing about that and the approach.
Yeah, we don't give in. And as a player, I didn't like striking out, and I preach it all the time. Hey, good things happen when you move the baseball. And we grind that bats, and we try to move the baseball at all times, and we've done really well at it.
You guys also had a pretty darn good draft, right? You end up getting Dylan Cruz from LSU that soon, you could be managing. Also Jojo Morales from the University of Miami, those first 2 top picks. What can you tell us about them?
Oh, we're excited about them, number one, and they're doing unbelievable. I mean, they're playing really well. We've got another kid down there, Pickney. Add those guys to the James Wood, Hassel. Yeah. We got some good ones coming in.
Hey, thanks for spending so much time with us. We appreciate it.
It's a pleasure.
We'll
good
see
to see
tonight.
you guys.
Thank you. David Martinez of the Nats.
I appreciate you guys.
We got the Washington Nationals, Philadelphia Phillies, who just spent a considerable amount of time here. What a moment they got a chance to cheer on their media Little Leaguers. And then later tonight, Trevor Williams will be on the mound against Zach Wheeler. Supposed to be Ranger Suarez. Got a little issue. They did put him on the IL. Hamstring. They're hoping to avoid it. Got 6 starters there. But boy, there haven't been many pitchers better than Zach Wheeler over the course of the last really 2 months.
With his signing, his free agent signing, one of the great signings for the Phillies. As they picked the right time in the right place and locked him up. And he has been worth every penny.
There's always one guy who hangs out a little bit longer, and wouldn't you know it, the superstar Bryce Harper is that guy, being swarmed over there on the media sideline by all these fans, and so gracious with his time. We'll talk with him tonight during our game about this experience. Falls into the gets it category. He really does. Not media down by 5. They need 5. And it's the bottom of the 6th inning. And they will have a chance with the top of the order up after Charlie Hahn. Anthony Hellberg trying to close this thing out. Team from Smithfield, Rhode Island, with a huge 5-run 6th inning to go up on top.
Yes, he did.
Castellone outstanding on the mound. And the crowd did not like that one. Charlie rolls one over. It's fielded by Castellone. He'll go to first, and that's the out. He had that big RBI. Did Charlie Hahn out of the 9 spot, but retired here to start the inning. Here comes Nathaniel Selesky. Top of the order for the team from Mid-Atlantic. Pitchers for Rhode Island have done a really good job with the top of this order. They are just 1 for 10. The top 5, 1 for 10. That's a good pitch. The highlight of the summer for media will definitely be the walk-off victory in the regional final in Bristol, Connecticut. Skoranek, a 2-run home run on the 7th, which punched the ticket to Williamsport.
Ball. Yeah, shot to right center field. That was really impressive and emotional.
In a season and a summer full of highs, that's just one of them. Good pitch from Castellone.
Give Rhode Island credit. They are well coached. They came ready to play.
Yes.
They jumped out 2-0 in the first inning with great at-bats.
And when they didn't have their ace today, Brady McShane was outstanding. My favorite play was the sort of fake bunt. Runner on second, third baseman charges. Nobody covers third, and our runner basically steals the bag. To your point about being well coached. This one to third base. Dione has it, fires, gets him. 2 down. Good job by Mason Dione at third.
Absolutely. When you have your starting third baseman on the mound, Dione has to be ready at third. Puts those 2 fingers up. They know they're 1 out away. We're moving on.
Austin Crowley struck out twice, would love to get a hit here, and he watches one go by. 1-0. Good pitch on the inside corner, 1-1. Fargo, North Dakota.
1-1.
And Nevada coming up next. Another one of Harper's teams being from Nevada. Late on that one. Castellone is a strike away from keeping Rhode Island's hopes alive. Looks into his dugout, gets the sign, and is ready.
Likes how they doubled up right there on the fastball. Crowley's been getting a steady diet of breaking pitches.
He rolls one over, and he is fast. This is a tough play, and he is safe. So 2-out infield single for Austin Crowley.
When you have speed and you have that swinging type bunt,
right? You're down a lot.
Hard to be able to throw him out with that speed at first base.
And now Nolan Gratton, we learned all about his affinity for bacon. You a bacon guy? Who's not?
Yeah, I mean, go for some bacon right now. Maybe on a cheeseburger.
Coney rolls in. We get our first 2-hour and 30-minute game. You know who else is here? Ivan Solkowski, who's our booth coordinator on Sundays. He's famous for being present for long games. He was here last night. First inning went forever, and he looked up. He said, "I got to leave.
Yeah,
I'm killing everybody here." Next game is supposed to start at 2 o'clock on ABC, or roughly close to it. Rhode Island will again play on Tuesday against the loser of Texas, California, barring one of the greatest comebacks in Little League World Series history. Bryce Harper is still here.
Tell you what, today it's been a relentless by both teams. When they get 2 strikes, of just fouling pitches off, putting the ball in play.
There we go. Some players still remember vividly their Little League days. I would venture to say that Bryce Harper is one of those guys, right? Probably remembers that bats he had in his Little League career. He is locked in right here.
2-2. Swing and a miss. That's it. Rhode Island will win it 7-2 and stay alive. In front of 23,066, including the Philadelphia Phillies and the Washington Nationals. Rhode Island advances. All right, Coney, get ready. Big league game coming up.
Yes, let's go. Congratulations, Rhode Island. You deserve it. You played a great game.
With Eduardo Perez, Coney, Julie Foudy, our intrepid reporters asking the big leaguers questions, and Davey Martinez, thanks as well. 7-2 is our final. We'll be back at 2 Eastern on ABC. Here's Mike.